Today in the Joy of Editing, we're looking at the high key filter in Nic 8 Color Efex and how it creates a bright, clean, airy look without blowing out your highlights. Hello everyone, welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. In today's tutorial, we're exploring the high key filter in Nic 8 Color Efex, a great way to create a bright, airy, high key look while keeping tones clean and natural. And here's a quick heads up, if you're thinking about Nic Collection 8 or any DxO software, you can grab 15% off new purchases with my code Dave Kelly. Links are in the description and you can try any app free first. If you use my links, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Well, let's check out this high key filter. Now, I got to be honest with you. This is a filter I haven't really used before, but upon doing this video, I thought I'll be using this a lot more, and I think you'll find you will too. This is a really interesting filter, especially if you want that light, airy, low contrast look. This filter will give it to you, and it's more of an artistic effect for me. I think it really can make a beautiful image. Depending on the image, it won't work on all images, but on the ones it works on, it's really nice. First off, we need to apply the filter. So come to the left-hand side of the interface, and all your filters are here in alphabetical order, or you could come up to the search bar and type in high key and find it really quick, but it's right here. I'm just going to click on it, and now we've added it to the filter stack. Now, these are the default settings, as you can see right here. I'll shut it off. Here's before and here's after, but isn't that already looking really kind of nice? Now, it definitely needs to be fine-tuned. Now, let's go ahead and look at these sliders. We have a glow slider. This adds like a nice dreamy glow to the image. See, I've shut it off. Now I'll turn it on. What it's doing is adding kind of a little bit of a blurring effect to the setting that you set from the standard high key, which I'll show you next. But let's adjust the glow. I think maybe we'll start about right here. Now, before you adjust standard high key, because this is a really heavy hitting adjustment, come up to your histogram and turn on the highlight clipping warning, because this is going to really lighten up your image with a heavy wash of light. So let's drag this to the right. See how it lightens up there? Now, when I get too far, we start to clip. You see that? So you got to be careful here. Here's how I like to work with the standard high key adjustment. Drag this up and see where the clipping starts, and then move it back to the left till the clipping goes away, and then adjust the standard high key for the amount that you want. And I think right about here. And now let's look at dynamic high key. Now, the dynamic high key is really targeting the darker shadow tones, and it will lighten them up. So I've shut it off right now. Now watch what happens when I move this to the right. See how the shadows start to lighten up? And what we want here in this look is to have our shadows lighter. So we want that light, airy, dreamy look. And I like it maybe right about here. Looks pretty good. And the next adjustment is saturation. Now for the high key look, I like a little bit of a lower saturated image like it is right now. But we can move this to the right and add a lot of saturation. Notice when I move it way over, I start to clip again. So you got to be careful there. But I don't want too much saturation in here because it takes away from that dreamy feel. And I think maybe right about here. Now, blacks. This is targeting the very dark shadows, and you can make sure you have some true black in the image. So let me move this to the right. Here, you just have to let your eye decide what looks best for you. So I think I do want to add a little bit of blacks into here. So maybe right about here. After adjusting the blacks, I think I'll come back up to standard high key, and I think I want to increase this a little bit more. It gives me that little extra dreamy look, maybe right about here. And let's maybe add a little bit more glow. Yeah, see around the edges where the light areas are, it tends to, I think, blur them a little bit. I think that's what they're doing, maybe using a little Gaussian blur or something there. It's a pretty cool filter, maybe right about here. And now let's look at contrast. Now, this is a basic contrast adjustment. We could pull it back or drag it to the right. Now, when I take it the whole way to the right, you can see I'm clipping again. But we don't want tons of contrast in a high key image. So, we could soften it up by moving it to the left or give it a little extra contrast by moving to the right, and just let your eye tell you where it looks best. And you know what? I think maybe right about here. And I think I'm going to come back to saturation, and I want to pull the saturation back a little more. just to maybe right there. Now, we do have shadow and highlight protection if we need it. So if your shadows are getting too dark, you can drag this to the right to protect them. And sometimes you could use this to alter the effect, to make it even more dreamier by taking out some of the shadows. Or you want to reduce some of the highlights, you can move this slider to the right, the highlight protection slider. And if there's clipping you can't get out with the standard high key, this highlight slider will probably remove that clipping if needed. And then you have opacity. Right now we're seeing the entire filter effect. If we drag it to the left, we can blend the original image back in with it. So sometimes for fine tuning, you may want to do that. Bring back some of the original image. But I like it at 100%. But now I think my standard high key is too high. So let me drag this back a little bit to maybe right here. And now I have 2 more examples to try it on next. Now let's try it out on this portrait image. I really like this image. Let's go ahead and turn on the high key filter. Now I got to admit that does not look good, but let's see if we can dial this in. I think I'll start by pulling the glow off. And now let's work with the standard high key. Do we want more? Do we want less? You know what? I think I want less. Let's try it right there at 14%. Now the dynamic high key. I think it's too light, making the shadows too light, so let's pull it back. And for this, I think I'm going to go to like right there, 28. And now I want to jump down to contrast because we have way too much contrast. Let's pull back on that contrast. And I think I want it right there at 64%. Now I think I need a little bit of black in here, so I'm going to drag this to the right over to right there, 9%. And now how about a little bit more saturation? Not too much, but I think right there, 43%. Now let's go to shadow protection. I want to protect the shadows a little bit. I'm going to take this over to right there, 21%. I think the highlights are good, so I'll leave it. I'm going to come back up and add some glow. Let's move the glow slider to the right. I'll take it the whole way over and then just to ease it off and stop where I think it looks the best. And I think it looks good right here at 53%. Now, I did not follow my own advice by turning the highlight clipping warning on first. Let me go ahead and turn it on. Well, I'm not clipping highlights. Well, that's good. If I was, I could come down here and remedy it. But I think what's really going to help in this image if I take the opacity and let some of the original image come back in. And I think right here at 55% is good. I don't want to go overboard on this image. Now I have the split compare view here. See this button right here? This button I clicked a little bit back. You didn't see me do it, but I'll drag this over. We started out here. And now we end up here, but I really love this result. I didn't want to go over the top here, but I think it did a beautiful job on this portrait image. And for the last example, a black and white wildlife image. High key really looks good on black and white images. Right now I have the high key filter off. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on by clicking right here. And right out of the gate, that looks good. I could say I am done at this point. But let's fine tune it a bit. But first, let's turn on the highlight clipping warning. Okay, we're not clipping highlights so far. Let's see if we can remain that way. We could fix it if we do. Let's give it a little more glow, 78%. Let's give it a little more standard high key to lighten it up a bit more. Let's try that, 28%. Maybe a little bit more dynamic high key, 59%. Saturation won't do anything on a black and white image. Let me really bump up the blacks. How about 35%? I have too much contrast, so let's pull back that contrast. Right there, 37%. I think I'm good with shadow and highlight protection. Let's pull back on the opacity for the overall image. And I think I'll take it to 92%. Let me shut off the high key filter. Here's before and here's after. I really love this image in high key. It's very artistic. It's a nice artistic approach to a black and white image. And as I said, it won't work on all images, but you just got to try it out and see if it works for the one you're working on. Well, there it is, everyone. That was the high key filter in Nik 8 Color Efex, part of Nik Collection 8. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click the bell notification icon, click all so that you receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.